Right, so 1986 I think, Mark II Volkswagen Scirocco. It was running okay, but if he drives it for a while it starts misfiring. So basically it's a long way out of tune.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've checked the compressions. Number 4 was quite a lot down, like 195 and about 100.
Yeah.
So first thing I did, whipped off the rocker box cover and the air filter to check, because it's an overhead cam, that the cam lobes hadn't smudged, because that won't open the valve enough. Yeah. But cam lobes are okay. Then found that exhaust lifter, they're hydraulic lifters, some were solid, some were hydraulic. This is hydraulic. Was kind of sticky, a bit lazy, so cleaned up all around it, fired it up again, and the compression ratio back up to 195.
Okay.
So it was probably just a bit sticky there. I call it a lazy lifter. So in the future, if he wants to do it, it's something we can do. Ignition timing was out, because it's not just ignition timing. You've got camshaft timing, counter shaft timing. Counter shaft runs along, drives the oil pump and the distributors. You have to make sure they're all in sync.
Yeah.
Which sounds sort of complicated, but once you've got it all lined up and you know where your marks are on your flywheel, so you've got a hole in there. Most timing you do on the front pulley, but these have got a hole in the back there, so you can see the marks on the flywheel. Okay, so I had to make a tool up to get the plastic bung out of that. A bolt and an old spark plug. It fits in there, so you could get that out.
Cool.
So I reset the timing. Tried basically to dial in the carburettor. It's called a Peerberg carburettor. There's vacuum lines everywhere. It was idling too fast, so I found where the idle screw is, I found where the mixture screw is, checked all the vacuum lines, and I got it running pretty damn good. But then I was tuning it, and I leant on the carburettor, and there was all of a sudden a hissing noise, which means it's getting airy. So that's what the carburettor mounts on. Basically it's had it, see the cracks around it?
Cool.
So that was sucking air in all over the place. So, good old VW Heritage Insurance.
Nice one.
So we bolt that on. I've got a bit suspect about number 1 plug lead as well, because I was putting the strobe light on it and it wouldn't fire the strobe. So then I swapped 2 leads over. I swapped 2 plugs over first to make sure it wasn't the plug. Then I swapped 2 leads over, and they were both working on the strobe then I put them back to where they should be.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried it yet since then, so we'll try. It could be a number 1 plug lead's a bit suspect, because these caps are quite renowned for it. See these big metal suppressed caps, yeah, they can break down.
Okay.
So see what it goes like. It could just be a lead breaking down, but it was so far out of tune it was pointless in trying to get it running any sense, you know.
Yeah.
So if I bolt that back on now, we'll give her a go. Yeah.
So what causes the timing to go out?
Who knows? It's either been a part before and somebody hasn't set it right, or just wear and tear, because your chain stretch, your belt stretch, all sorts of things, you know.
What's the first kind of signs to tell you that timing's going out? Is it just...
Well, if it's really far out, the engine, when you turn it off, it will run on.
Okay.
So you turn the ignition off and the engine will keep running as such.
Yeah.
Or it can be when you try and start it, if it feels sluggish, like whoa, you know, instead of cranking it over, then that can be timing as well.
Okay.
Because it's trying to fire before it wants to actually fire, you know.
I've known many a car like that.
Yeah.
So are there different types of timing then?
Well, no, not really. You have ignition timing and valve timing.
Right.
Well, your valve timing's pretty much got to be bang on whatever you do. Yeah. It's the only ones you get.
Does one affect the other?
Oh yeah. Yeah, very much so. It's got to be right.
Which is more critical?
Yeah, valve timing. Yeah, valve timing.
So the ignition timing is really just the start and stop?
It's got to be right, yeah. But if your valve timing's out, it just won't run to any sense at all.
What's the signs that if your valve timing's out as opposed to ignition timing?
It'll just run like a sack of shit. Literally, it'll be all over the place.
What, no power? Or?
No power. Yeah, just all over the place. Pair of pliers and grips. Lock tabs. Power cable to there. 2 to here. So that's on, that's on. That's all on, that's all on, that's all on. Those 2 are on. Power cable's on, fuel line on. Right. So the only thing I've done from yesterday, I've changed that base and I've put those plug leads back where they should be. So let's see how it sounds. Might take a while to get the fuel up because I drained the carb. That's a bit healthier. See it warm up, come off choke. Don't think it's that smelly, to be honest with you. We don't tap it. Just slightly. We could do that before and it was going here. Starting dropping now. Yeah. You want that flat to be dead upright, that's open all the way, and you want the idle to be about 850, whereas on the fast idle it's about 1200, whereas before when you started it, it was 2,500 revs when you started it. Big miles out there. So when you start it, it wants to be about 1200 revs, but then the whole idea of the choking system is getting it, start it and drive it.
Yeah.
So it warms up a lot quicker. There's bypass valves in it which makes all your idle pan out better. So just letting them sit, you've got to let them warm up to let the idle drop properly before you can set anything. See that choke flap isn't fully open yet, so on your automatic choke in there, it'll get a bit warmer. But it will have changed because it had an air leak, so I might have to take the idle down a bit yet. Want to make sure it's fully warm. We're about 950 there. What are you listening for? Just getting a sweet spot on the mixture. So out. Falling off, back in. Like that. Now we're not running on, it's up to temperature, that should just now bang, flicker the key and go. Yeah, vacuum just doing what it should do. You've got a diaphragm there. Here it's speed up and you fire it and then go straight back down again.
Yeah.
That's what that does. So that'll change again when I put the air filter on, but I've got to bolt a few more bits and pieces on first. But I'm quite happy with that. That just needs a test drive now. If it breaks down, I'm pretty certain it's that number 1 plug lead. I don't think there's anything wrong with the engine at all.
Excellent. How responsive are the adjustments on the mixture screw?
Quite.
So it's,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
very
you've got
quick.
a lot.
It's very quick after you adjust it that you will notice a change, or do you
Yeah.
have to leave it for a few turns?
No, pretty much straight away.
Okay.
When you have a thing called a colour tune, you can see through spark plug, you can put in there.
Yeah.
But on one of these, it's too finite for it, you know, because these carburetors, the Pierbergs, having a look online yesterday, I had to do some research on it. Basically, they're shit. They've got so many vacuum lines and so many electronic bits on them.
Yeah.
Whereas a carburetor, basically, it's just a butterfly in a hole.
Yeah.
But they are so technical. So that will change again, like I say, when I put the air filter on.
Yeah.
That's why there's a hole in the top of there, look. You pull that plug out and that lets you adjust the mixture.
Okay. Oh, right.
With the air
yeah,
filter
yeah.
on.
Oh, I see.
So you put the air filter on and it will change the mixture again.
Yeah.
Then you just got to play around and set it. Take a little screwdriver with you when you go out in the car. Because it's very hard to tell just revving an engine up. When you get it out, it might bog down on hard acceleration or something like that. Well, engine under load is totally different from an engine just ticking over. So until you get it out and try it. But I'm pretty certain that's all good. The only thing that is suspect to me possibly is that number 1 plug lead. So yeah, all good.